Hi, I'll go in shed. I was going to talk about the work I've been doing on the MV, but that's just like plodding along doing little bits and pieces that really aren't interesting or enlightening or fascinating, but it's pretty much the end of the day here. In fact, it's dark out, and I was going to do this earlier on, and basically got embroiled in bits and pieces, little tiny, you know, the boring finger shit that you've got to do, the little tiny bits of work that just soak up time without much to show for it. But I'm here with my log fire going, and it's nice and warm, and I've decided that the evening got the better of me, so it's Christmas. And I mean it's Christmas. Yeah, very pleasant. Not that that makes any bloody difference, I have a drink every night. But I thought to myself, I'm going to talk more about the year really. It's been quite interesting, I've had an interesting bit. I did the gentleman's ride thingamy. You know, distinguished gentleman's ride, which was quite good and met nice people. Took my Falcone up to Derbyshire and had a run across the peaks there with a Palomine. He came down here, we had a run around the Welsh mountains, which was excellent. But although I've had these little runs out and I've really enjoyed them, don't get me wrong, I'm certainly not complaining about that, I keep hearing all this about lockdowns and vaccinations. And, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not a non-vaxxed. I'm vaxxed, you know, I've had the jabs and I've boosted a lot, you know. My time of life apparently is easier to get them. But nonetheless, it feels all very imposing and crushing us a bit. And although I'm getting out and about and I'm still doing stuff, and I'm still going to work, albeit part-time, and it's great, you know, I do enjoy sort of getting out and meeting people, I still feel that the populace, or, you know, people around you, seem to be running scared. The bikers I've met aren't. Isn't that funny? I haven't really met many bikers who are going, oh, it's the coronavirus. They're all going, hey, shit, this, isn't it? Some of them are struggling with their work, you know, they haven't got any. Some of them are struggling with their businesses, they're failing. So it's not all round that good. It's not been a good year. I'm looking forward to seeing the back of 2001, to be honest. Sorry, 2021. Yeah, the sooner we get rid of 2021, the better, and get on with 2022 maybe, but it's not boding well. It's not a good start by the look of it. Still travelling, restrictions, and all these various politicians who, I don't know how you guys feel, I don't think they're in the real world. I listen to them on, you know, the radio or whatever, when I'm driving about somewhere, or I see them on the television. It's now got to the point where it's like Groundhog Day. I see them, they say, they're here, and the new variant number, and the new hospital, blah blah blah, and I thought, oh here is blah 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 blah, COVID, blah 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 blah, NHS, blah 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 blah, doctors, blah blah blah, and it's not making sense to me. Cheerful, isn't it? Sorry about that. I'm going to cheer up now. I want to talk about more fun things, I think. Some of the more light end of it all, if there is one, if there is one. The development that my wonderful MV Agusta looks like it's coming on, and I will be between Christmas and New Year. I've got to go through the Christmas Day, you know, yeah, we all got to do the family bit. But once that's out the bloody way, I've got this little gap between Christmas and New Year where I will be, I think, finishing the MV and ready for the documentation to take place. I'm looking at it while I'm talking to you, I am sorry. I'm still a bit surprised how quickly this last couple of weeks has come on. Tank's on and all sorted and one thing and another. And so, yeah, I'm getting quite pleased with it. I'm looking forward to riding it, you know, and you get very excited about it. And it'll also give me the opportunity to get into one or two of the other bikes here. A couple of them just don't need anything. I mean, I need to service the Norge, I think. The service light's not come up, but I will be servicing that. I've heard of this oil company for years. I'm going to explain. I've just diverted off, sorry about that. No, I'm not, that's what I do, look at it. I was looking for an oil for another vehicle in work, and last time I did an oil change here, I seem to remember I was using a particular 1060 that this particular bike has to take. And this oil company is called Motul, been around for donkey's years. I know of them, of course I know of them. I don't know many people who haven't. Very big in motorbike racing, really good product. Never really that exposed in the UK. Don't know why, but hey ho, not my problems, not my company. But nonetheless, they do a 1060 motorbike specific oil that they actually list on their, you know, their list of recommended bikes specs. And it's like Ducati and Moto Guzzi and a handful of others. So I'm thinking, pooh, we'll give that a go. I also have read on a couple of the forums what Guzzi did, for reasons I don't understand, is the CARC unit, the drive unit that pushes the back wheel around, it has one oil and the gearbox has another, which, give me a second guys, put my fire up a bit, yeah, give it a bit of air, push it up a bit more. I noticed it in my car, I can see my camera and I just saw the flames starting, give it a bit of air. Anyway, and the CARC unit, which is the final drive unit on the Guzzi, and the gearbox, they give you two different oils. But I went on the old line there, you know, the what have you, and a couple of people have been using 75-90 gear oil. I thought, well, that's interesting. I was already on this website. I was hunting for oils, as I say, for a specific job, and I was on the website for Motul and bumped into the oil for the engine. So I thought, oh, I wonder about the CRC, and blah, blah, blah. Went on. They do this oil that had been talked about, 75-90. Went back to the websites that were talking about how wonderful this is in the Guzzis. And there was a guy there, I think he'd done, it was definitely a Norge, definitely, and he'd done 120,000 miles. And this was the only oil he'd used in the gearbox and CARC unit. And I thought, well, if the bugger will do 120,000 miles, it'll do me. I'd love to hear any thoughts on it, but I'm going to give it a go. One oil, nothing to think about. Great. I mean, they don't carry a lot of oil. Let's get this squared away. But that's going to be my service regime for my Norge. The little 750 here, you can't see it. Why am I telling you that? You can't see it. I've got the 750 Breva alongside. So about 750, you may notice that there's a funny little brake in the continuity, posh word, battery just ran out on my camera and just went, that's it, that's all you're getting. And hello, I'm back, so it's all good. Yeah, Breva, I'm going to be giving that a service as well. Tremendous little bike, still love it. Great little piece of kit. And just generally pottering, but big time on the MV between Christmas and New Year. Excuse me. No, don't excuse me, I wouldn't. It's, like I say, it's been an interesting year. And the bikes have been good. I've done the Stafford show, which was excellent. We met some really nice people. Made a pal, Dom from the Motor Guzzi Club, really nice guy. Invited me along to another show. I think it's Bristol. Which will be good. Be nice to do that. Just go along and look at motorbikes and that sort of stuff that we do. All interesting, has to be said. And like I say, with any margin of luck, 22 will be a little bit better than 21 if people stop worrying about getting ill all the time. People got ill all the time anyway. I saw somebody, might have been my daughter, and she reminded me of a few years back, not many, might have been 5 years back or something. There was a huge flu epidemic, and it went through all the bloody old folks, and it went through all the, what do you call those things? Retirement homes, you know, the kind of thing. And it decimated the numbers. Nobody said anything. And it was about the same rate, I believe, as we've had with this COVID. The difference is that I think the COVID was politically driven to a degree. Argue with me if you like, I don't know. I really don't. Well, there's nothing to argue about because I don't know. I'm not connected to the world in that way. I'm connected to the world through motorbikes, which I think is a bit obvious. But if we can get away from the fear and get on with just living our lives, that'd be a bit good. But I don't think politicians are ever going to allow us to be the same ever again. And I'm just so pleased I grew up in I had my youth in the 60s. I'm so pleased that I was a teenager in the 60s. And sorry folks, it makes me particularly selfish, I guess, but I've said it many times to many people, I wouldn't have wanted to have been in my parents' generation. They had a frigging war to deal with. And let's face it, after the 60s, and once we got towards the end of the 70s and the 80s, and we got into punk frickin' rock, I mean, come on, that wasn't good. I mean, people will tell you it was and they had a wonderful time. I'm sure they did. But it wasn't good, was it? It wasn't good. Bless them. Although I have become quite a fan of John Lydon, Johnny Rotten, because as a political animal, he is really very astute, and he puts on this, I guess it's a facade, is the best word I can think of, but he's certainly way sharper and brighter than a lot of people give him credit for. I quite like him now. I just do. I really think he's quite a character. And argue with me if you want. Keep saying this. Well, that's just about me. And like I say, we're heading into Christmas. I will tell you, this is the day before Christmas Eve. It's Christmas Eve. Yeah, whatever. That's what it is. And I'm kind of looking forward to Christmas in the celebratory fashion that it will be, that I'll overeat and I'll overdrink. And I'm looking forward to the new year. So all I can say to you guys, for those of you that come onto my channel and view it, thank you for following me. Thank you for the subscriptions, I really do appreciate it, and all the views. And I'd just like to wish you all Merry Christmas. I'll drink to you a little bit and have a Merry Christmas and a good New Year. And I'll talk to you in the New Year and we'll see how I get on. Take care all. Take care.